Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another technical analysis video where we are going to be jumping down into the world of Polkadot and reviewing what's been going on with the price action. As I get into today's video, if you do find it useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And if you haven't yet joined us in Discord, what are you waiting for? Check it out. The link is in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free, and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. So why not go ahead and check it out? Let's jump right down into today's video, and we'll check out what's going on here with Polkadot. So as we're going to come down, we're going to kick things off with the 1 hour time frame. This is Polkadot paired up with USDT, and we are using Binance as our data source. As you can kind of see here, we're in a bit of a coil up moment. If I draw some trend lines in here just to kind of depict ourselves here, going into lower highs and lower and actually higher lows, I believe. Let me just sense check. This little area is actually a little bit lower, I think. I'm just going to go ahead and draw a horizontal line. Yeah, so we had a new low just over here, but I still think that we are actually tracking quite nicely. But this does give us an interesting kind of point of view, because it does mean that we have a lower high. It's barely, but there is a lower high right inside here. I'm just going to draw this out. So we can look at this as a slight parallel channel. It's not overly neat, but it's actually more, I guess, looking triangular, but it doesn't meet the requirements of a triangle as such. So it's an interesting one, right? We can see these corrections coming down, and it still looks to me like we have a little bit more volatility to be expected to the downside here. Okay, so from a smart money concepts point of view, it still remains in a bullish pattern from our lows. As you can kind of see all the way down here, we had a change of characterization into a bullish structure. We had a break of structure just over here, and another one over here. These are actually confirmations that we are bullish, and we can see those right there. And obviously on this journey to the upside, we remained above those EMAs. As you can kind of see, the white line being the 200 EMA, the red line being the 50 EMA, the yellow line being the 50 SMA. Most recently, we've lost those, right? And we can see this correction came down. We lost the EMAs, we lost the 200 EMA here, we've rallied back up, and then lost them both again, up again, lost them all again. Okay, so what we're looking for here, in my opinion, is another move to the downside before we can start to reflect on a larger move upwards. To me, this looks like a very corrective structure, but I don't think we're necessarily done just yet. I'm going to estimate that we have one more pull down before we can kind of look at this as completed. My estimate would be about $4.78.5. That would allow us to then kind of finish this pattern off. But I'm also going to just do some sense checks, because it doesn't have to, in my opinion, go as low as that. As I think, yeah, we could see $4.93.3. I'm just going to go ahead and draw a little yellow box right in here, because I think this is going to be the range that we're going to really be looking for. $4.78 to $4.93 approximately. This is going to basically allow us to have a let me put the right thing back on. There we go. A three-wave correction coming down here, up, and then down into this low. That's going to basically allow us then have the more parallel-based channel, and then I think a good run to the upside from them. So for Polkadot here, I still just think we probably have a move to the downside. Don't get me wrong, nothing moves in straight lines. We might find ourselves with something like this. Might even be that we end up with something like this, right? An AB, W, X, Y, X, and then Z, and we end up in that range, right? So just expect some volatility. I do think that we're getting closer to kind of getting that next big run on Polkadot. I just don't think it is right at this particular moment in time. Hopefully I'm wrong, but essentially that's what it's looking like. Being below the 200 EMA and the 50 EMA, the 50 SMA, the way that it is, it doesn't give me confidence with an overlapping structure like this, still looking to move to the downside. Now, don't get me wrong, lower highs and lower lows actually has a tendency to want to break upwards, so that's a good sign. I just think we have to move down and tap into this lower range one more time. From a daily standpoint, we are, of course, in a wave 4, in my opinion, of a leading diagonal. A leading diagonal based pattern is something that looks like this. Let me show you. So we have a 3-wave pattern going up. We'll then have a 3-wave pattern going down, followed by another 3-wave pattern to the upside, but hits 1.618 times that of the first 3-wave pattern. We then have another 3-wave pattern. This is where we currently are, in my opinion. And then we'll finish this off with a final 3-wave pattern, all of which is a leading diagonal that looks like this as a 5-wave structure. Okay, so that's kind of what I think we are tracking inside this little area just here. Okay, so we can see that we have a 3-wave pattern at the beginning. We have a 3-wave corrective pattern just over here. We have a big 3-wave correction right here, like so. I think we're in a big 3-wave correction right now, like this. And then I think we'll have another big 3-wave pattern coming in here to finish off that 5th wave movement. Okay, that's going to be the expectation. Now, the 200 daily EMA sits at $4.89.5, so that could be the area of support that we look for. And then, yeah, I think realistically speaking, we look to finish off this pattern. Now, if this is a leading diagonal, then this is a wave 1. Leading diagonals can sometimes happen in A waves as well, so we have to be a little bit mindful of that. But my expectation here would be that we'll look for a good retracement, down kind of towards maybe $4, something to that effect, back into our accumulation area, which is this one down here. I'm pretty confident that the bottom is in after finishing our structure that led into it. We're in a Z wave pattern. This looks like a pretty good reversal. So as I said, it's either going to be an A wave to the upside with a B wave down and a C wave up, or alternatively, it's going to be a wave 1 up with a wave 2 down, and then a big wave 3, 4, and 5 to come in the future. And so for Polkadot, I think it's in a pretty decent position, and I think it's kind of tracking quite nicely for everything that's kind of going on at the moment. We're above the 200 EMA, the 50 EMA, the 50 SMA, but the 50 EMA and the 50 SMA are lower than the 200 EMAs at the moment. So we are looking for those golden cross moments in the future as well. A weekly standpoint shows us hitting resistance right now. As you can kind of see right here, we hit that 50 EMA as resistance, $5.88. It was actually $5.91 at the time, and our high was $5.89. So we hit this upper area of resistance. We've pulled back a little bit. Again, not giving us that confidence as we are back below the weekly 50 SMA at the moment. What we're looking for here is a wick up higher on the weekly time frame. I expect that we're probably going to stay below these longer term because we are looking to revisit those lows, and we're looking to kind of come back down towards $4.22 in my opinion. Once we do that, then I think we're going to be in a really good spot for that next big bull market movement. Now, ultimately, we are targeting out $97 to $213 on Polkadot. It doesn't sound like an awful lot, and there is, of course, the potential that it does go up and exceed this, but for now, this is kind of the area that I'm looking for on DOT. This will be from our current existing low point, approximately 2,500% to 5,700%. So we've got some interesting kind of structural points here that can kind of take us there. We're just looking to mirror everything that's going on a 5-wave pattern overall. Ultimately, there's no major changes from smart money concepts because it's a weekly time frame. There's just not enough data for that, and we haven't even got a 200 weekly EMA. We've only got the 50 EMA and the 50 SMA here, and they are currently resistance. So it's going to take a bit of a journey. It's going to take some time to get there, but I do think that we are on track for heading towards the $97 to $200 price tag on a Polkadot. Let me know what your thoughts are on all of this down in the comments below, but I'm going to leave the video right there. If you have found it useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Until the next one though, guys, have a fantastic day.